I'm Anthony Iliano. I'm the CEO and president of AMC. I started it back in '95. AMC Technology is both a services and a product company that over the 30 years with all of the implementations that we've done, we focus on contact center and CRM integration. We signed up with a partner and they did not have specific Business Central experience. And so I think they did the best job they could. We were very inexperienced in moving to Business Central. We had never seen it before. And I think as a result, the system was really never configured quite right. And even though the accruals and all that work, it was very cumbersome. Every quarterly closing, every or monthly closing, quarterly closing, etc., was very time consuming. We were still making a lot of journal entries and all of that. But I sort of confessed how much, sort of frustration and issues that we had on Business Central. And that's when they brought up Amanda and the Business Central team and said they had deep expertise in that area as well. And I was excited because I was finally able to bring somebody on that had specific knowledge. And Amanda was absolutely amazing. She was able to really help us to reconfigure our Business Central environment where it aligned with what we were doing. She cleaned up a lot of what the previous consulting firm really just probably didn't have a good enough handle on it themselves to do it properly. Amanda both had a deep understanding of Business Central. I would say she appears to be an incredible expert in Business Central, but she also had practical accounting background and also knew about accrual-based accounting and all of that. So I think it was really the combination of their deep expertise in Business Central and their industry knowledge. She helped to automate a lot of the data entry that we were making. So a lot of the repetitive like data entry, she was able to build like tasks that would do that. She also helped us with our bank reconciliations, because that was another area that was, because of the data entry errors, our bank recs, we were having a very difficult time with bank recs. And so she helped us to configure pulling down our transactions automatically from the bank, helping us with Copilot. They had just, like Microsoft had just added Copilot for bank reconciliation. So we were able to she was able to help us with that. So now the bank reconciliation process is so much faster, and it's something that we actually do every month. It's helped us on so many levels, not just improve the manual entry, data entry, but a lot of the automatic entries that we didn't have before. Helped us clean up the chart of accounts. They helped make data entry a lot more clear. There was a lot of things that with our staff, our accounting staff was misentering things, and that was actually causing our monthly close, our quarterly close, etc. It was really very time consuming. So it saved, it had to save at least 5 or 10 days per quarter of time, 2 or 3 days per month of time, because of the way that the chart of accounts was cleaned up. It was much more clear, and I think that so certainly it saved all that time. It also saved a whole bunch of errors. So clearing up the chart of accounts and that sort of thing, it allowed our accounting staff, our bookkeeping staff, to be able to was much more straightforward for how they made their entries. So they made the error rate of their work went way down. It actually has a really big impact. I didn't. So what was happening is I couldn't trust any of the dashboards, any of the reports. There was so much data on the dashboard that was just miscoded, not correct. And so now I can log in myself into Business Central. I can look at the dashboards. I can trust the data that I'm seeing. I know that our CFO had reached a point where she was reminiscing about how easy QuickBooks was and was not very happy with Business Central, quite honestly. But it really was largely because it wasn't configured correctly. And when we got Amanda and the Intellitech, like the BC team, involved, they really helped us they really convinced us that Business Central is actually a great platform. And they were able to configure it. And now our CFO is actually really happy with Business Central. I think one of the things about Intellitech that I find like super valuable is is really the way to have like the relationship that they form is sort of much more hands-on and much more, in a lot of ways, much more informal. So we're able to have these conversations. We're able to talk about a lot of different things, and that's actually why the Business Central conversation came up in the first place. I view them as an extension to our team. They've been very comprehensive in how they view a deliverable that they're doing. They're not just thinking about just the code whatever we need and then just turn it over to us. They're also thinking about the rollout, the implication, the training that's required, all that sort of thing. So they've been a lot more holistic in their approach than a lot of other partners that we've worked with in the past, because of their deep expertise, and also because of like they don't have any issue with raising concerns about the way that we've implemented something. There's not a lot of formality. They're really just, they're rolling up their sleeves, helping us to get this work done.